So, you succeed to take a from the distance like this?
Yes. I'm going to.
Martin Lee. Donc on veut pouvoir contrôler nous. Contrôler.
Good evening, sympathizers, friends of Ambazonians all over the world. We welcome you again on this platform of the Horizon, the program, The Voice of the Amber Woman on ABC TV. I greet you all from Ground 1, Ground 0, Ground 2 in the Americas, the Asia, in Europe, the Atlantic and the Arctic, the Pacific. I greet you all. We are here again to talk to you on our program. The theme we have been carrying for a while now, education for the Ambazonia we are fighting for. We welcome everyone that has made it possible, sitting tight, to be part of this program. We thank you. We greet you all. We equally want to thank the technical crew, the management team of ABC TV, and we want to congratulate you as well on your upgrading with your 501c charity upgrading in America. We applaud you. The Women's Department applaud you. We thank you for having us on ABC TV. Welcome again, and I equally want to welcome the panelists who are here with us, the powerhouse of the Department of Education. They're going to be talking to us what they have to round up this. Education never ends. Each day is a day of education, learning and teaching, sharing and exchanging. But for the program that the women, the voice of the Amber Woman, had for you on ABC TV, we are rounding up. Education is not ending. We keep learning, we keep sharing. Today we are going to be bringing you almost everything that we've been having in the first phase, the second phase, the third phase, the fourth phase, and this is the fifth phase where we are rounding up because there are many things that we have to be talking in Ambazonia. Therefore, the Secretary of State is here with us in the House. He's going to talk with his team what they want to let the Ambazonia people know. You're welcome, Mr. Secretary of State.
Thank you, Marashel. Thank you, all the other panelists. I'm glad to be here.
You're welcome again. You're welcome. It's nice having you again. Thank you for making our time. Yeah, and
Yes,
we equally have Lady Marianta, who is in the house.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Greetings to all of you. I'm so happy to be here with you again today. I hope you're all fine. I'm looking forward to the show tonight. Thank you.
I can see that. Thank you for making our time despite the workload, and it's wonderful. And we are equally having Lee Waters, who was there from the beginning, a powerhouse in the department. Lee Waters, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Hello, Ambazonians. I'm greeting you, and I'm happy to be in the program again. And I look forward to what we are going to discuss in the program. And I look forward as well to as many questions as possible on this education.
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, the WhatsApp line will be open for us for any questions, suggestions, and contributions. The lines will be made known to you on the screen. So please, in the course of the discussion, do well to call in and make yourself heard, sharing your own opinion and asking some questions that you might want the Secretary of State to answer. And for the information, the Secretary of State will not be to the end of the program, but please, whatever you have him to answer, do it in the first 30 minutes of this program. Thank you very much. Without taking much of our time, Mr. Secretary of State, today is your day to talk to the Ambazonian people, what you and your team have been doing so far, because I hear you are going through the programs we've had, the general education, the technical, the vocational education, the rights of the child, right of education, the vision, the goals, the education with special children with special needs, and informal education, information on coronavirus. So please, Mr. Secretary of State, what can you tell the people of Ambazonia?
Yes, Marashe, thank you very much again, and greetings to our brothers and sisters who are on ground zero. It's a pleasure again for me to be here on ABC and to present to our people the blueprint and what we have for them in terms of education. The Department of the Education, like I indicated before, had been working tirelessly to design a program or design a curriculum that stand the test of time. Why? The reason is, first of all, you all know we are at war, and the education is one of the reasons why we find ourselves in this revolution. So in order to come out of this, we had designed an educational curriculum that fits the people of Ambazonia. And I want to, first of all, thank our teachers, our brothers and sisters who are on ground zero, who are braving the odds. And I know their sufferings, I know the difficulties they're going through. And we are here. The entire team from the Department of Education is here to give you encouragement and to let you know that better days are coming. Your sufferings are going to be all gone. In terms of what we have put together, like I indicated, we had put up a curriculum that can stand the test of time and that is competitive across the globe. So, Marashe, in a nutshell, I want to draw your attention to something that's happening on ground zero as far as education is concerned. There is the global pandemic, which is called the coronavirus.
Right.
The way this virus has been handled by the rogue regime in La Republique is appalling. Our brothers and sisters who are on ground zero, you will not believe that a lot of them do not even want to go to the hospitals. For family members who are sick, they tell you they do not want to go to the hospitals. Why? The reason is because if they know that if they test you positive, it's a death sentence. Why is it happening in that country, in that kind of a place, at this time in the 21st century? The reason is because the kind of education which is impacted on those who are supposed to care for our loved ones is insufficient. And it is insufficient because of the system that is in place. Ambazonians, we are ready to change that because they cannot brave the odds. They don't even know what this is, and they don't even know how to care for you guys. And that is why most of you are running away from going to the hospitals. And it all stems from the kind of education that is being meted on our people. And these are the kind of things that we want to change.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Secretary. And thank you, Secretary Fondi. You know, education is the key. When people do not know that, are not told or are not reminded of what awaits them, they will just be flaunting themselves and going about their own business, doing what they think is best for them. I'm happy that you are here today to talk about this, and I want to add to this that the task force team will be coming up again to come and emphasize and let the people know every detail on this issue on COVID-19. Thank you for mentioning it here because it's part of education. Our people have the right to know what is actually going on around them. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. And I will still would like you to talk on really, apart from the curriculum, some of those major things that you have done that you know that you can use to encourage the Ambazonians for the time they are at home, not going to school, because you know we are humans. Sometimes we may falter, we may want to give up, we may want to say it's enough. But coming from your department, education, which is the key, the backbone, one of the reasons why we want to sustain the Anglo-Saxon education. What have you done that you will let the Amazonian people know that my brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, be be resilient?
Yeah, Mara, share. For those our brothers and sisters who are on ground zero and who are in the bushes, we've continued to encourage them to set up homeschooling. We, in some areas which we have been successful, we have successfully instituted some homeschooling in some of the areas that our brothers and sisters are residing. And this has been a major step because, again, a child who is living in areas that they can't even study, we've encouraged parents to make sure that these children, at least they can read to them, they can write to them, and they make sure that wherever they are, just grab a book and read to a child. Some of the areas in Amazonia are very successful with it. Some are still very difficult because of the security situation. And apart from that, at the international level, we have continuously shared our vision with the international community, and most of them have seen our vision shared with them, and they've actually accepted it. So I want to let Ambazonians know that the educational system that we are setting up is visited by some of the countries that we are dealing with and some of the international communities.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. I would like at this point in time to call on the other man in the house, Lee Waters, who from the beginning of this program talked about the vision, the goals of the curriculum that has been put together. For him just to brush something and introduce it to the people, refreshing their minds before we will get to it again in details. Lee Waters, can you come up and say something?
Yeah, thank you very much, Marashel, for giving me this opportunity again. As you said, there's quite a lot that the education department has prepared. It is quite a lot that people need to understand, but there is just that time that we need everybody to be confident and to understand that the educational system, as the Secretary of State just mentioned, it's really competitive to others worldwide. And just as a brief, that in fact, this is just like repetition, and just to hammer in that the vision, which I just want to talk about, just to mention that the vision is just to establish a market-oriented educational system which will be able to sustainably stand the current and future global job market. In fact, for education, what we intend to do is to prepare our Ambazonian children to be people who produce and not people who consume. And that is actually what Ambazonia needs. Because if the educational system is such that you're only out to consume and not to produce, then we don't find that there will be any development in the country. So with that, the vision is the primordial thing that we had to hammer on, and more especially at this time that we have this coronavirus issues. I really want to think that we have not been able to get through as much as we want. The Secretary of State mentioned a couple of examples, and there is a package which would have been unfolded if, for example, there was possibility of our children who are in the bushes to have access to internet. And just like you know, La Republique would never be able to permit internet. So what I actually am talking about here is like online learning. So in the bushes, you can't get the internet. Even the fact that they cut off electricity, they cannot, we cannot really, in fact, open up this package. But then the vision and the goals, the objectives, short term and long term, are actually what we just want our Ambazonian people to see what we can do. And they just need to have the trust in us that that is what is going to happen to them, the best they can ever expect.
Thank you, Neil Walters. Fellow Ambazonians and friends of Ambazonians, sympathizers of Ambazonians, you can hear that the education department of the IG has been working very hard. They are they have put up that package that is going to brandish, which is going to brand the educational system that Ambazonians are going to be needing. It might not be the absolute or the obsolete at the moment, but after doing thorough research, comparisons with other educational systems, knowing from where we are coming, from La Republic, the system of government, the Amazonians have missed that which was stolen from them. They have put this package together. And for the work they are doing to make sure that it's unfortunate, as Neil Waters just said, lack of internet, there cannot be any online learning. But the Secretary of State has emphasized that learning, singing at home will bring our children a long way. Thank you very much for that. Neil Waters, Lady Marianta, I will call you on board because you have been all through passionate about the the rights of children to go to school, the rights of information, every detail that they need to know morally, psychologically. And I would love you today to emphasize and remind them the relevance of all of this, why they are waiting for the Ambazonia we are fighting for. Thank you very much. Lady Marianta.
Thank you, Marasha. Once more, greetings to all of you, fellow panelists. Greetings to all of you, Ambazonians, wherever you are in the world. Um, this issue of knowing our human rights is a very important one. I want to talk for all my brothers and sisters the way they did for Ground Zero and the ones the way they did for Ground One. Say, um, no matter the situation where una dey inside now, so una make una know say things they get better for una, and the Ambazonia where we dey fight for una for all we. Now Ambazonia where all man, even the smallest pikin for village get rights where all man get for respect those rights. The right for live, the right to education, all of you have the right to education and you have been deprived of that right for 4 years. That's a serious issue. You all have the right to some basic Amazonian values that we are going to uphold, regardless of the circumstances. The values for democracy, that's a country that we're building, a country where democracy will be respected, a country where even children will start practicing democracy from primary school, secondary school, wherever they are. They should know that their voice counts. Your voice is important. Your voice counts now. The rule of law, knowing that you have your rights as a human being, that you cannot be taken to jail, you cannot be taken to prison, you're innocent until proven guilty. Those different laws, those different rules apply. Okay, you have your individual liberty. You have the right to call yourself an Amazonian. You have the right to socialize and do what you want. You have the right for your freedom of expression. That cannot be taken away from you, and we have to respect each other. So those are just the few basic rights, human rights that I want to remind our people that they will be enjoying once we have got this Amazonia that we're fighting for, and we put those in place, Marashel. Democracy, rule of law, individual liberty, and respect. Respect for themselves, respect for each other, respect for who they are as Ambazonians, not as second class citizens in a country that does not respect or recognize them. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much, Lady Marianta. Thank you very much for that because, most times people do not, when people have come a long way, lies, when people live lies, there's this tendency that they may tend to start believing the lies. Like our children, most of us grew up knowing that you should not even make a statement. You should
Yes.
just be told. You just
Just
go
be
to
seen
school.
and not be heard.
Yeah, the marks they give you, you should not question it. Even when you write your test, you perform so very well. At the end of the day, the results they give you, that is what you should just accept. Some kind of terrible scenarios where if we want to really go into personal details, individual incidents and occurrences, we may take the whole day. But we thank God that Ambazonia, group of Ambazonians know, have come to understand what is right for them. They know what is relevant and they are ready
Yes.
to share it with those that are deprived from these rights down there. Knowing your right is something very, very pertinent in this Western world. Despite whatever discrimination, rights of an individual is what that person should know and stand by it, and the laws binding them. And ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, children of Ambazonia, students from zero to postgraduates in Ambazonia, please be steadfast in what you have been going through these past 4 years. The light is close at the end of the tunnel. Without taking much to analyze, we just plead that we should hold tight to each other, believing that Amazonia is not a farce, it's not just a thought, it is something that is going to manifest. And education, which is the key to success, the victory to everything in this world, we will strengthen it. Your brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers have done that in the Department of Education. At this point in time, I will just go do a round tour and invite our sister who is always joining us via telephone. She has something to say about special children with special needs because La Republique also took away this one from us, from our Bulu Center, from our Bosta Institute. They took away these things that could have added value to people with conditions. But I wouldn't say much about it on it because Ma Mary has a package. Ma Mary, you are welcome. Can you talk to the Ambazonia people what you have prepared for them?
Thank you, Marashel. Thank you, fellow panelists, and hello to everyone out there, all Ambazonians. I hope we are all doing great today. Another day in our misery where the faith is up, and I say kudos to all of you. Let's keep moving till we reach our destination. Thank you, everyone, for having me on the show. We have been talking all along about education, how to have an effective education that will lead Ambazonia to a 21st century world. We said many things and we've dwelled on areas like technical education, normal education, and the normal stream education. All of these things we have touched on. And even the area that I think I have to just partially touch today as a result of time, which is special need education. We actually have said a lot or something, we touched on it last time, and we said education should be a holistic approach of development in our economy. Education should also involve the people who have learning difficulties. These are children that might have been born with difficulties or acquire difficulties along the way. So we are saying that these children who have previously been considered as maybe some taboo to society, or that they are not part of us, they are treated differently because of their impairment. We are saying that this new Ambazonia, even that is, we are trying to bring to play, is the kind of place that will actually bring up these people and educate them in a way that will make a society different from others, that will make our society par to those of this civilized society. It is the way every community treats its own, treats its people, that they look upon them with respect, that they look upon them with envy. And that is exactly what I'm saying in relation to special need education. We shouldn't treat them like some people who are not privileged enough because they have an impairment. So these kind of people, we have cases like autism, Down syndrome, Asperger's, etc., learning disability, dumb, deaf, and things. So many of them which have not been diagnosed, and the parents they have to suffer and carry the responsibility of bringing up these children on their own in most cases, because they are not supported by the government, neither are they supported by any other institution. So what we are saying is that this aspect of education should be inculcated into the mainstream education, so that we can train special teachers, specialists, who will actually cater for people of this sort. As a result, will make the society a better place. There will be no discrimination. There will be equality. People will be looked upon in an equal situation. So SP, as I'll call it, SEN, special educational need, has to do with a lot of other areas. And until a society treats its people to the level of equality, UNESCO says that the education is the child's right. Every child has the right to education. So the children who are impaired, they are children. Okay. Anyway, so they have to be treated as such.
Mary, yes. I will come back to you. Thank you for the contribution. Certainly, Allah, I'm just looking at the time because we have to see that the Secretary of State says something, and yeah, then we will continue. We have some time more, but he doesn't have much time. So I'm sorry. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, education. Mommy and papa them, we get some pikin them way, now God they give pikin. But it's way it happen. Some pikin that they come way where they need where they not they balance, they not they normal. The way where they don't teach they don't make people know say that kind of pikin then they not get used for society. But for way to way some of we don't can see am for white man country, that pikin they very, very useful. The one the way they should done for wheelchair, the one the way they need see, the one the way they not fit even talk, all that thing then they dey do am, they dey spend money for them, they dey open schools, teachers dem, whether people dem, that dey take care of that pikin dem, the pikin that dey do things like one way me and you we dey do am, even though they come for their own slow way, we understand. So the thing wey our mama really tell we for telephone and say, this educational system, even mommy and papa the way they get that kind pikin dem, make dem know say the Ambazonia wey dey come go take everybody, go carry all man along, all man. So make some man not look some pikin talk say you be poor man, you no fit get scholarship, you no get sense, you no get this. Vocational training and technical training, informal education, the one wey they will say na learn work, all that one dem. This Ambazonia wey we dey talk and so wey we dey fight, wey una see pikin dem dey fight dey so dey die, not be for no nothing, na because say we dey hope say we dey prepare for say this book, learn book, all man go benefit. So Mr. Secretary of State, Secretary Fondi, you have the whole package for what you have prepared in the house. vocational, technical, with special needs. I just want you to throw it out there to the Ambazonian people. Encourage them in a way that you, as the father of the house, can best do it.
Yes, thank you,
Secretary
Maroche.
Fondi.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank Ma Mary for bringing in the handicap program. Look, I think that I will always compare the system that our brothers and sisters are living on ground zero, which is the La Republic system. They don't encourage education on the handicap, and that's a problem. What we are designing stems from the handicap to the truck pusher on the road to the bayam salam to the university student in class, so that everybody should have an equal opportunity in order to study and make a better living for themselves. Let me zero in on the institutions of higher learning. Look at our teacher training colleges, our nursing schools, our universities. A lot of our brothers and sisters who come out of these schools, 90% of them do not measure up. Why? It is because of the way these schools have been designed and because of the kind of curriculum that this government called La Republic imposed on them. Who teaches them how these programs are designed? It shapes whether you are able to go out there and be competitive and have a job or not. A lot of them, a lot of our brothers and sisters who took up machetes to fight this evil regime, most of them are university graduates. Some of them are out there being truck pushers or Okada riders. Why? Because they are unable to progress. They are stuck on one point. So, Ambazonians, we are here to change that. Our institution, technical institution of higher learning, look at a place like Sonora. 90% of workers there are francophones. Why? Because they deprive us from the technical education and until their system of learning to the francophone, which benefits by them and deprive the anglophone mind. So these are things that we will change, and these are things that we have designed that Ambazonians be ready. Know that Ambazonia is real. We are coming to change these things. Stay fast, stay strong. We are here looking out for you. We know the sufferings you guys are going down there, from our fighters who are in the bushes, to our brothers and sisters who are in the bushes, to the teachers in class, to the students from Form 1, Form 2, right up to the university. Stay put, stay resolute, stay strong. We are coming.
Thank you very much, Secretary Fondi. Thank you very much for that encouragement. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, see where we dey talk for here na say this education where we dey learn and so everybody. You know, when me, I dey work sometimes with old people where we dey revive their intellect, we dey guide them socially, we dey try for make them remember how they live their life before. Wetin be their experience? You dey see Mami for 90 years, e dey still do mathematics. It dey spell words. You know there's this technical way that you use to teach them so that they will come about it. They will remember, look at pictures. When I she don sometimes dey cry because some Mami dem dey for Ambazonia waving for 60 years, they no fit write their name. But I remember very well say adult school be used to be. When Mami dem wey dem be miss education, dem be dey go school that time. See wetin La Republican do, e can cut off other system for our Mami dem. They no know nothing. Some Mami dem dey wey dem no fit write their name, dem no fit even talk, dem no fit read even Bible. Till today they dey cry, wetin be their age? They never even reach 60 years. Na shame. So all dis Mami dem with dis papa dem, with the beg una say, make una hold tight, tell the pikin dem say, the Ambazonia wey dey come, e go bring una all these things. No be only promise, Some people feel say una the promise that the kiki people that they die every day, people that they die every day. Now just some of the price than that. We'll be sorry, we too will cry, but we get to hold tight. Knee waters.
Rochelle.
Last time, yes,
Yeah, please, can
last
I just
time,
add to Rochelle?
yes,
Please add to
yes.
the special educational needs because Ma Mary raised some really pertinent points that I just want to draw on, please, for 1 minute.
Actually, she's going to come because she has the packet, but you can go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes, so I just want to add on to what Ma Mary said in terms of looking after our children with special educational needs. That's going to form a very big part of our educational system in the Amazonia that we're building. We'll have a situation where the teachers will be able to make reasonable adjustments to meet the needs of children with whatever educational needs there, whether it's that they're visually impaired, if they can't see the board properly, we might need to use different colored paper or different transfers on top of the work so that they can read more easily. I know that we know that in Ambazonia, our children don't even, they are not accustomed to having eye tests. So some of the children might struggle to see and they don't even know why we don't, parents, teachers have not understood why some children struggle to do well in school. There are some things that we will need to really look into, like in terms of the health of their vision. So, if a child is visually impaired, what can the teacher do to accommodate for that child to make sure that they meet the needs of that child, so the child can also learn and they're not disadvantaged because of their visual impairment. So we need to come up with outcomes that are that are smart. So, as the educational department or as a teacher in the classroom, we need to think of some smart outcomes. I mean, outcomes that are specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, and they're realistic and time bound. So that when a child that has a specific learning need is in front of them, they can come up with a specific they'll come up with a specific outcome that they can measure and they can actually have a timeline to check how the progress that that child is making with regards to what outcome they want from that child due to a step that they might put in place to address the child's educational special educational needs.
Yeah.
And I think with regards to that special educational needs, it also goes in line with making sure that the children know about their physical and emotional education as well. So our children need to we need to help them to develop socially, morally, spiritually, and their cultural values. Of course, as an Amazonians, that should be the top priority. But um, our children, I don't want us to think that we will only focus on the academic part of their education, because there's so much more to a human being than just your academic potential or your academic knowledge. Fair enough, your academic knowledge will take you to the next step, but there are other things that we need to make sure that are developed within our children so that they can be really confident. They can grow up to be very confident young women and men that can have real contributions to the society that they live in. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay. Lady Marianta, yeah, thank you very much. That is really the fine details, the really fine details of these children with special needs is the fine detail, the specific. Let me just mention here that that is really the blueprint that I believe the Health and Social Services Department are working out, drafting, also drawing out something looking in line with this the thoughts how to put the fine specifics in the different places, which will also bind with education, how they will be managed in the different schools, and which how teachers people will be trained to cater for these children. Thank you very much. And that brings us to where we've been. I don't know if we should just round up these fine lines of special needs. Ma Mary, would you just come in
Yeah,
before we go back to vocational education
yeah.
and yeah. Okay, Ma Mary, just
thank you, thanks a lot, Ma Rachel. I would like to say thank you to Lady Maranta for elaborating on what I've just said. And I want also to mention that I don't think it is right or fair for us to put everything, the responsibility on the teacher, because the teacher has already got a lot on his plate. In that perspective, I would like to say that these children will need support from all the stakeholders. The government has to have a policy that will see to it that all the children are given the necessary education that they deserve, and how it could be followed up from stage to stage. So these teachers have to be trained on special need education, because if we just take them, it depends on how we want to do it. If we put them in a regular class, we should see to it that maybe a class should have more than one teacher, or if the school has a special needs school for such children, and then the teachers will be specially trained to oversee these needs. We have to do all of that. It needs resources. We have to be able to allocate funds for this to be possible. And we need other players like educational psychologists to help to determine the children's situation. We need people like psychotherapists, speech therapists in case of speech impairment, special needs teachers who are specialists in the areas of special need education. They will know exactly how to tackle these things. And unless we have a new AMBAZONIA, there is no way that we can be talking of things like this, because it doesn't exist in the present circumstance. So we are saying that this new AMBAZONIA has to see to it that special need education takes prime of place in their educational curriculum. And Mommy, Papa, then before I conclude, I just say, if you are picking go school, you know, get sense, not be say, you know, get sense. Now, natural phenomenon, or na something we don't happen for the picking for road. So at the beg say, we go fit teach yourself and we go understand, say, this picking, they rather need help. They don't need for be picked on. They don't need for be bullied or for holler them. For school, they are by their mates, for house, they beat them. We will develop a more rather calm approach towards picking them, because nature don't do so many things what we don't know. So this new kind of education and AMBAZONIA where we did bring them in, we will teach with several no first know. Say picking when you beat them, you know fine. Picking the learner when you bring in up, they tell you say some things and they just teach the picking by good ways. And then something that they will not know, say a sickness so that picking get that. He no sabi read. The other one they read past, he no sabi no before. Sometimes I know the see fine. So make you know what that beat that begins. So they go bossy eye again, Adam. All of these things that education. So we educate ourselves, educate the beginning too. Now the kind of things we don't learn for this country, we don't can work with people. We see say if we do it for own people, make their life better. All we better. Not so you get picky when you work. You carry a barbara for your back, you one day you get backache, then you die because you know you buy medication. So the education will go bring them. Now the one way it will empower all we, it will help everybody. We go help each other, and it will lead it, people will look at me, they envy we. They not go only say, oh, this new black country don't come on. They go say this new strong country don't come, because every other education will permeate every other field. So thank you now for this session we don't get them. And I hope so now don't learn a lot, and all we don't learn a lot. We will continue for the talk, because we know if we talk about this for one day. The only thing we have to tell Nana say, we will continue for open with eyes, open with ears, while we wait that time we will come, and we keep focus for this struggle. They keep focus. They learn things when that time will come. Make you not be caught midway, make something not catch you for road. Make you just come alive. Say, yes, I don't work all this while. I don't learn a lot. And we will put out for practice. And we will make the system where it will put in place. Person where you know how to put the things to practice. We will hold you up to task. So that is what we already fight, already talk about, already die for. So thank you now very much.
yeah, thank you, Ma Mary. Before you go, I beg, we go link this talk with the technical vocational, because the tendency they say if you cannot read book go reach for doctor, not read book go reach for lawyer, It don't mean I say the pikin no fit build house, the pikin no fit do this. Oh, so you go wait again, I go come for you. Ladies and gentlemen, by listening to us talking, the Department of Social Affairs be warming up because the Department of Education is coming up for you for psychologists, teachers, all those fine things that will make up lives for people who, in the days gone, we could think that they do not have their place in the society. And as well, we need special structures on ground. Department of Budget and Infrastructure, the education department is also calling on you because we will need those buildings, those accessible facilities where children of such they will be taken care of. We want to thank everyone, mommy and papa them. We dey still talk for say if pikin no fit read, no be say no get sense. If una get question dem, if una get contribution dem, telephone number dey for screen. Any person wey dey lis ten, if he call that number, he ask the question. Secretary of State dey here, the educational panelists dey here. They go fit give the answer wey e be handy at this point in time. So I no know if Secretary of State still dey house. We wan move now talking about connecting these children with social needs. How if any pikin no fit go reach for that kind way wey dey say overbook, which possibilities dem dey wey educational department don see say e go fit let these children go, which branch of education they go fit encourage dem make dem go. Secretary of State, Mr. Fundy. Secretary Fundy, are you still there? If not, New Waters.
Right.
We were here courtesy of this. Dr. Mungwa was here last time with us introducing technical and vocational education, and you were there that day. I believe Neil Waters will have something to say more on this. Thank you. Neil Waters, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Marachel, again, and the panelists and Ambazonians. Now go. Wait, I want first start talk. I want to talk about one word where I know say it go ring for all money head. The word ombe. In fact, when we had ombe, anybody who came out of that place was a renowned somebody because they could make an input in the nation that would make a massive difference. So when we talk of vocational education, technical education, na they keep country. So the most important thing which we want our children to know is to put out the potential that they have, not because they have to write it in books, but because the skills which are in them should come out either by the practical work they do or the way they impart the knowledge to other people if they cannot do the practical work. So I just want to say here that, like our parents, from the onset, time way Ambazonia be the worker, the way we think it be the worker, we had food, we had almost everything. And who were these people doing this? They were not the people who had gone to school to write ABC in books and to come out and call themselves doctors. They were people who understood what agriculture was, and they could do the agriculture not having written anything about notes in agriculture. They could do management of the house, the mother of the house, the father of the house, the parents. They could do many things, and life was very successful until La République came. So by this, I just want to say that it is not just the academic aspect, writing or going to school as to become a doctor, to become a magistrate, to become the big names. The big names, we want to see them practically, and that is what we want Ambazonia to be. So that is the need for technical education. That is the need for the vocational education. So if any parent get a pikin where he thinks say it talk ABC, they mix up, make you know say no be that one be palava for learning. The thing where you want for see a pikin make it do now, how way it fit do some practical thing for see how a change could be. Now for they will actually hammer. In fact, the Department of Education now so we try to determine the fastest way for bring we picking them back from bushes and from the forests or from the forest. Because we know say as they inside forest, even if the book not there for you the write them, the skills where they fit put them on for make Ambazonia grow, they hide them for inside that forest them. And we will see say most of the people the way they on in leadership today for all over the world. If you want count the big names then for the big names now most of the people the way they be impaired in one way. If I just talk that word say impaired unquote, because if I talk say impaired, you don't know whether the impaired really means they did not be fit do anything. They could do something, they be fit do something. And now why we get where to get today like motor, light with the electricity, they be all that people, they know the people they be learn book, write them for down. They will get the skills. So it be important, say, make we look out with picking them so that the vocational education, the technical education way it there for inside their skin, make we understand, say, now their own part that we got it don't get.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Neil Waters. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are equally sorry for the technical hiccups, the weather, whatever could be the cause. We beg your indulgence to bear with us. And Lady Marianta was equally that day when we spoke about the vocational education, remembering our institutions that have been grounded, remembering Yoke, the Power Cam, remembering the Molue, the Umbrella, remembering even our CDC engineering, remembering so many things that Ambazonians in the 60s and in the 70s, they will vividly remember. So, Lady Maranta, could you just say something, encourage the children, the parents to know how to wait and to encourage even their children that will be interested in technical and vocational education? Thank you.
Thank you, Ma Rochelle. So what I would like to say is that all our children, all our Ambazonian children, no matter what your interest is, whatever you like, whatever you love to do, there is a place for you in Ambazonia. So we are going to develop your skills, your passion. If you want to learn a specific area, you want to learn something, how to be the best gardener, or you want to be the best um, maize farmer, whatever you want to do, if you want to be the best seamstress, you want to be the best technician in terms of fixing air conditioning, the fans, or whatever it is that you like, whatever you want to do, I want you to know that there will be a place for you in Amazonia. We are going to support you, we're going to teach you. Because when we talk about technical education or vocational education, we're talking about helping you to acquire those skills or to develop the skills that will help you to excel in that particular line of work that you're interested in. Whether it's carpentry, whatever it is, the support will be there. You can choose to be a tradesman, an artisan in anything. The fact is that I just want people to not to be ashamed of what they want to do. Let nobody should look down on other people's dreams and aspirations, because everyone has a place. Your dream or your creation, the thing that you think about, can be something big, something that will make a lot of difference for people in the future. It does not have to be rocket science. It does not have to be something that would require so much academic mathematical calculations to make it work. You could come up with a simple, brilliant thing that will make a lot of difference for so many people. So whatever you want to do as an Amazon child, just confidence in yourself. Know that with the encouragement of your parents and the schools, you will be supported to be the best version of the person that you want to be, whatever the job it is, whatever job it is, whatever new areas that maybe they're not even there, but you're just dreaming of something that is not provided for you yet, or you maybe you've just heard about it or you've seen it, and you want to know how you can become that thing. Will have different routes, apprenticeships, work in specific places, going to learn that job hands on, so that you can get taught, you can get shown, you can see, you can practice putting those things together. Um, I just want to tell you that whatever you like to do, we, the Ambazonia of the future, we're going to make sure that we can help you to develop and discover your dreams and live your dream.
So,
Yeah, thank you very
Marisha, can I just
much.
add a little bit to one thing
Okay.
which Lady Marianta just said about
Yeah.
encouraging our children to let them know that whatever they want to be, they will be, and we are ready for that. I just had my paper here, which I picked two little points, also three, which I want to underpin what Lady Marianta just said about encouraging our children. And this is to do with what the Department of Education has done as far as they have done renovations in everything that they want to do. For example, we have a study abroad unit where most of our children who have got some of the skills, who are now hiding in the bushes, who are in forest, when they come out, as I said, we are looking for the fastest way to bring them out. So they should not be discouraged, because as soon as we get out from the bushes, as soon as we come out from the forest, these things are available for them, which they would immediately be called upon to do, studying abroad. And in fact, I am the director of the study abroad unit, and I've tried a couple of one or two of those examples to get some children to study abroad. There is also the apprentice and the vocational and technical education unit, which we are talking about and hammering a lot more, that is one of those things which brings a lot more development, and we see skills which our children do have. So they should aim high. We have all this prepared for them in the Department of Education. We just want to roll this out. They should aim high. Everything is there for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil Waters. Thank you very much. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers in Ambazonia, in Ground Zero, in Ground One, ladies and gentlemen, please, we pikin they never die for nothing. We don't too shed blood. We don't too cry. We don't bury people. We don't bury man them, woman them, girl picking them, boy picking them. Please, ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk say war not some fine thing. Or neither are we appreciating the fact that or celebrating the fact that our people are dying because we want a very special Ambazonia. We did not declare war on ourselves. Neither did we even act. What we simply went out for, a common law judicial system, an Anglo-Saxon system of education with our GCE board. As you all know, everything has been carried to Yaoundé. The GC board has been transferred, even the CDC headquarters, where the plantations, everything has been carried to Yaoundé. Every other thing has been transferred there. People cannot even, how do they want people to survive? Nobody will be happy when their home is not in peace. It's not at peace, nobody. So we are not happy that our people are dying. But at the same time, if you set out for a cause, you will want to bring it to the end, despite the odds that are on the way. We still have Ma Mary on the line who is going to who is going to combine the informal education, encouraging young men and women to stay close to their family, to even come away from some crime rates, for the young girls to stay at home with the mothers and not get themselves into social decadence and all those things. And so that they can start practicing this vocation, this through some sort of informal education. as we said it in the women's department also. Ma'am Mary, could you just throw light and encourage the Ambazonian people on this? Thank you.
Yeah, Marasha, thank you again for giving me this opportunity. I think we've said most of the things that needs to be said. We just need to reiterate the fact that actually it is really a time for us that we can say it's so heavy in our hearts. We cannot describe the times enough, but all we can say is that our people should be courageous at this very difficult moment, because as I always say, we are in need together and in need to win it. So if we have come this far, as you have said, then there is no way that we are going to leave it halfway. We have to see it through. It is a course that is difficult, but we have to see it through. So I'm just saying, at the talk saying, make mommy them or sister them, we begin the way they do for bushes. So throughout these difficult times where they don't face a bush, may they just persevere. The ones that they do the things where they do for keep themselves safe, may they carry on to do the things, because no man no go shoot. If you get way for do anything back for anybody where they shoot you, even if you get a stick or now anything, you throw them back to the person. Keep safe and look forward to this very wonderful time where together we will sit and enjoy our own place where they don't shed blood for we sake. And in honor of these people, they don't shed their blood, we say that we go be determined for make the best version, as Lady Marianta don't talk of themselves, not only the students. This educational curve for the talk. Now for everybody, Ambazonia get for relearn. We get for relearn and rewire we brain the way we look at things. We get for no say in this education for something we no go corrupt. We go suffer play with them, but we only beg for we sister them for job. We go encourage each other so that they picking them. When they even they now for forest, if you cook thing, if you give them, you give small for them. If you get small, if you can learn for do some small work for you pay, that is still a way forward. So the beg say in times like this, rather than playing the blame game, say, oh, this man, that's man, I would rather say we just stick together and then we walk as a people. We get a common goal here. It doesn't matter where to who talk. All we are picking them for that land. If we don't talk so many things that we're not correct for that ear. But please, small no say we did really hurt. It vex with we had, because all man the vex with the blood where they transfer. So young picking their blood. My family, people, their families, they don't be involved in this. So education are one of those weapons who will use them for say nothing and never again shall we go back to the pre-colonial and colonial period where we don't. So I beg everybody say make we put heads together, make we try, make be resolute, say this thing we don't come inside, they don't bring we inside. We will put everything in our ability we'll get, every talent we'll get. For same way they look forward to that day we will celebrate for prayer. So I beg say, may all man stay fine, may all man stay safe. Don't put your face unnecessarily in harm's way, because the package we'll get for everybody, that the one would look forward to catch it. The fighters, the way they need extra support and everything, we pray say, we'll see how we will do that one. May everybody be courageous. We are in this together. Everybody, take your courage and say, we'll not go come back to this situation. It's not happening. So may no one no give up. No matter how hard it be, do not give up. If you give up, wait to be the option. You'll cut your neck. So all we did in this together. So all we get for pull our resources together as one nation, as one people. We stick together and make the best out of this very ugly situation.
Okay.
We're gonna stay fine and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much, Ma Mary. I take those for your roundup words. While we are looking at the clock, Lady Marianta, can you give us a last word for the Department of Education on the horizon? We'll subsequently be coming back, but the phase 1 to 5 that we took for the focus on education on Ambazonia, this is it. So Nay Waters, Lady Marianta, and the Secretary of State has left us, you have the words, the final word to tell the people from your department before I round up the program. Thank you. We are looking at the clock, so be conscious as well.
Okay. Oh, we have a call.
Yeah, let's just take this call from my patient. Oh, mother of the house. Hello, Mape. My patience. Is this you? Oh, welcome. Good evening, my patience. Good.
I don't want that to round up without me at least calling to thank you
Oh, thank
for a marvelous job. New Walter, Lady Marenta, Secretary Fondi, and our precious host, Mara Rochelle, for a fabulous job. This
you.
topic, education, and also teaching our kids value, is so important that I pray that everybody listening from ground zero, ground one, all over the world has learned a thing or two. And you rightly said that this is not the end, that it's all a process that will still be getting them educated as we go along. So this call is just to show my appreciation.
Okay. Thank you, Mape. I think the network is, yeah. Thank you, Mape. Shens. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, yeah, we can get you now. We can hear you.
Okay, I was just saying that I called to send my appreciation to thank the panelists, New Walter, Mamiri, yourself, the host, Mama Orienta, and our secretary, Nifondi, for a marvelous presentation. And that the topic on education and teaching our kids values is so important that I'm praying that everybody from ground zero, ground one, who has followed through the past few weeks has learned a thing or two, and that we hope to continue bringing them some form of education till we get to.
Okay, my patience, thank you. Till we get to Boya, if I'm permitted to round it, till we get to Boya. New Waters, Lady Marianta, please, your sentences to the horizon, and yeah, we are counting our minutes. Please.
Right.
Okay.
Can I go?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, New
All
Waters.
right.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Lady Marianta. You know, men are always very aggressive. So I didn't actually mean to be aggressive. I just want to add here to re-echo something which Mameri said, which is very important, which is also part of the education that we really need to get. That we might have said things, or even when there is any program, thank you to Horizon for most of these programs, when there is any program and people say things, in fact, we might not have said things that are pleasing to everybody because you cannot satisfy everybody at the same time. So what I just want to suggest is, rather than throwing stones at your screen, please, this is opportunity for you to call so that we all build Ambazonia together. Education never ends. It has no limits because we are always for the sky as long as we want the best development. So I'm just here trying to re-echo the fact that people, well, we have been waiting to get calls because we think people should have a couple of things they really want clarified. We have done the best we can to prepare something. Nobody is perfect, and we can only become perfect. We can only become somebody when we are touched by everybody, so that we all become something. So we are just calling and advising all those who are out there trying to throw stones at the screens to rather throw questions so that we answer them and clarify and build together.
It's a caller, Mara Rochelle.
Yes, there's a caller. This is, let me just take this. Hello, good evening, Pa James. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, we can hear you. Is this Pa James?
This is Pa James.
Yeah, Pa James texted before. Yeah. So. Pa James, go ahead. Ambazonian people are listening.
Yes, my great ladies and men of Ambazonia. I want to thank you for this great job they do and for listening. I be glad to say like my brother. Yes, good evening, Mama. Good evening, Mama Rachel. Good evening, Mama Marianta, and my brother there. This is Pa James in Germany. Yes, yes. I want to thank especially my brother. Yes, thank you. He don't quote about Ombe and with Papa the way they did that time for Ombe time. They don't be there like we there for here. And the gladness say we don't be for here, we don't see them, and when they burn them, protecting we don't see them for here, protect and go back. So we say that they put my test for assure Ambazonians when they did back, say that they put their heart, because what you want to don't see them, what you want to be like protect and go back for them, now real, no person never suffer in all things as we don't talk, time on a plenty.
Yeah, thank you, Pa James. Thank you very much for
Thank
the
you so much,
encouragement. I
Paget.
hope
So good to hear your voice.
yeah, thank you, Pa James. I hope say people then for ground zero. I beg Pa James this son I will now Papa for here where he is strong for this thing. Now it to the encourage we say this thing we don't can learn and for here we will deter on us so. No, na hold tight because we go bring her. You know when mommy and papa go work when they come back, they bring bread. So now the bread now we with the plan for say we go bring am. Now Pa James message that for una. Okay. And Lady Marianta,
Okay.
your words let us round up. Thank you. Thank you, Pa
Right.
James.
Okay, thank you, Marashel. Thank you so much, Pa James. You are just such an evocatory of for us out here. You are an inspiration to us. Thank you so much for that call. Um, I mean, what I want to say, my parting words for you, my brothers and sisters, fellow Ambazonians, it's about an education that you do not learn in the classroom. I want to talk to you and I want to plead with you about a specific education that I am very passionate about. It is the education of our minds. Okay? We need to please open our minds and have a different mindset to the mindset that has been forced on us by the oppressors. I want you to liberate your minds. I want you to first of all know that you are a beautiful child of God, that you were created for a purpose, and you're here as an Ambazonia to fulfill that purpose. No one, not La Republique, will take away the gifts that the Father, the Creator, has given you. They have not got the right to hold you back. You will excel, you will succeed because that's what you were built for. You are beautiful the way you are. You need to love yourself, open your minds, know that you can do anything if you put your mind to it. Love yourself, appreciate your people. Look within you, not outside. I hope that point is very clear. You will not gain happiness from looking outside. You will gain happiness from being introspective, looking, going into your heart, connecting with God, so that you can actually blossom and do well in the things that God has blessed you with. Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Marianta. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, friends and sympathizers of Ambazonia, we want to thank you for coming through with us through this journey and focus on education for the Ambazonia we are fighting for. The Ambazonia, we are not promising heaven, but we are promising you what other nations are using and succeeding. And they are being called first world, they are being called in important places. They are respected when their citizens go out there. Their certificates are respected and given credibility, not some kind of thing that you will carry along and you will not even, it cannot reflect whom you are. Please, children, brothers and sisters, the Amazonia we are fighting for, this Anglo-Saxon education, those days of standard. I watched one video where one man was proud to show his standard 6 certificate, how he was an accountant, how he can read his books, how he can do chartered and accounting. The grammar, he himself could boast that even those who have gone to Boya University cannot write and speak the kind of grammar he speaks. So if you can go back and put yourself in his shoes, you will know that Ambazonia has something, Anglo-Saxon education has something to order. These things that have been buried, they will be revived and brought back to you. We are appealing to each and every one of us to hold fast. Education is not only the one that you sit in a mainstream classroom with a teacher and a blackboard. There are so many things embedded. There are so many things that has to do where we will be coming to you from time to time. The health department will come, the social affairs will come, the women's department will come with several topics on horizon to come and educate you, to still inform you, to share with you, to know your concerns and your suggestions, your questions and answers. We are sorry that we could not get all the callers on board, but we are still here. Programs are going on ABC TV. You can contact each and every one of us. Your questions will be clarified. We thank you very much. And I just want to say this coming Sunday is the drafting for Boyo County. Ladies and gentlemen, be there for the draft, and you are watching me on ABC TV, we are compelled to continue to contribute to the Amber Club, the Amber 2000. Come, register, be a member, give your own support so that you can see us every time in your favorite several programs on Amber TV. We want to thank the technical team for being there for us all the time, and for you, our viewers, you are the priceless gift. Continue to be there and listen to Secretary Chris on the political issues, on the other panel, on country routes, on focus on Ambazonia, on the horizon. We will be bringing to you marvelous programs that you will really be resilient to have that Ambazonia that you are fighting for. Once more, I thank you. From next week, we will be coming with you with another topics on the horizon. Stay blessed, stay focused for the Ambazonia we are fighting for. And we wish you all the best. And we congratulate ABC TV for their charity statutes, 501c. We thank God for the promotion. Bye for now. I am your host, Ma Rachel. Until we meet next Friday, 6 p.m. Thank you very much. Have a blessed weekend.